Hello. Today we're reading an amazing story about the enormous turnip. Once a man came out to his garden with his turnip seeds and his hoe. He dug and he delved and he set his seeds in a row. He cared for his seeds and watered them well, and the turnip seeds began to swell. In a very few days came little green leaves. They poked and they pushed and they pointed. The man with the hoe rolled up his seeds. That's a weed. He plucked out the weeds and raked off the rubble. He didn't know there was going to be trouble. At last, the turnips began to grow. They got bigger and bigger and bigger. And the man with the hoe said, "So we'll have turnips for breakfast and lunch and for tea, and it's turnips for supper too, thanks to me." One of the turnips, the best of the lot, began to take over the whole of his plot. He says, "Look at that one." It grew bigger and bigger every day. It was huge. It was vast. It was enormous. The other poor turnips got out of its way. The man was baffled, but he kept on hoeing, and the enormous turnip kept on growing. The man thought it must be time at last to pull the turnip, but it just stuck fast. "Come and help heave," called the man to his wife. The man pulled the turnip and the wife pulled the man, but the enormous turnip just wouldn't budge. "Heave! Come and help heave," called the wife to a boy. The man pulled the turnip, the wife pulled the man, the boy pulled the wife, all together. But the enormous turnip just wouldn't budge. "Come and help heave," called the boy to a girl. The man pulled the turnip, the wife pulled the man, the boy pulled the wife, the girl pulled the boy, but the enormous turnip just wouldn't budge. The man says, "1, 2, 3. "Come on and help heave," called the girl to a dog. The man pulled the turnip, the wife pulled the man, the boy pulled the wife, the girl pulled the boy, the dog pulled the girl. But the enormous turnip just wouldn't budge. "Woof," says the dog. "Come and help heave, woof, woof," called the dog to a cat. The man pulled the turnip, the wife pulled the man, the boy pulled the wife, the girl pulled the boy, the dog pulled the girl, the cat pulled the dog. Meow. But the enormous turnip just wouldn't budge. "Meow, come and help heave," called the cat to a mouse. The man pulled the turnip, the wife pulled the man, the boy pulled the wife, the girl pulled the boy, the dog pulled the girl, the cat pulled the dog, the mouse pulled the cat, and squeak, squeak. The enormous turnip shot right out with a thud and a thwack and a thump. And they all fell back with a bump, whoops, ouch, bump, bump, meow. Then it was turnip for breakfast and lunch and for tea, and turnip for supper, and Oh, dearie me, the man said. Anyone for seconds? The turnip's so good that they can't get their fill, and it's just so enormous, they're eating it still. Thank you for reading The Enormous Turnip with me today. I hope you had fun. If you would like to color some pages about vegetables or about gardening, look in the description below for a link to some free PDFs. Also in the description below, you can learn how you can be part of my teaching here online and in Southeast Asia. Until next time, see you soon.